What's happening, people? Dan Lawless here for Dan, Damo, and Jase. That's right, no Damo, no Jase today. Just me, as I'm looking to do a very special video here showing you guys how I edit a video on West Ham Fan TV, specifically looking at how I edit the West Ham week, which is actually the most complex video edit on the channel out of all of our videos. There's a lot of moving parts, so I'm going to take you through step-by-step process. I get a lot of questions asking what I use to edit, what equipment do I use, and how do I film, and this, that, and the other. So I thought might be a nice little fun video to take you guys through it step by step. So first, obviously, I filmed my video in front of the green screen. I use my Sony a7S II camera, which I absolutely love. There's a lot of cheaper cameras on the market. So I filmed that. I have a clip-on lav mic, which pop out, little clip-on lav mic, which plugs into my smartphone with my Android phone. You can get the little extensions if you've got the new iPhones, the little extra extensions. I'll show you how I sort of do the actual video itself, the run through. What I do, so as you know, I sort of pretty much do it in one take, although I messed up a little bit, so I'm gonna have to do a little edit, but it was essentially one take. So I have the little timer there, right? That's showing me how long I've got for the intro till I need to actually start the video. Sometimes it can be pretty tight, you know, if I've got a few things to say at the start. So I'm looking at that, and as soon as I know it's getting down, I'm preparing myself to talk about the first topic. So what I do to keep myself on track, I put the topics in on the right hand side first, so I'm watching this and I'm reading it and it reminds me what I'm talking about. I usually change the little plate there. See the Batshuayi, that's from the previous video. I changed that during the edit, so I quickly put this in beforehand. Then I'm reading it. Okay, so I'm talking about Anderson. I know I'm talking about Anderson, and as it comes up, I know Rice topic is coming up next, and I'm going to talk about that. Just keeps things flowing. It keeps things tight. People can sort of really see the timer to know, you know, how long you're talking for. It's a nice little thing. Right, now let's drag the video onto the timeline. Okay, so here's my audio, which is, the audio is, like I said, recorded on my phone separately on the lav mic. Much better audio. Yeah, so what I do is I highlight both the lav audio from the phone and the camera audio. I right click it, and there's this beautiful little feature on here, synchronize. So you click that and it does it all automatically. Yep, track channel 1, audio. So you want to click sync to audio. And boom, what it's done there. So it synced it. So that's exactly pretty much in sync. So I drag this in, which is removing all of that. So that's all gone. Right, so drag that in. The shift, I hate when the shift delete don't work. It's so much quicker. The shortcut, I like using the shortcut keys when I can. It saves time. What's happening, people? Alright, so if we know that's pretty much spot on, I just check the running. Perfect. See, start the timer now. Flashes up. Lovely. I click the video file, C019. Got to play a bit about with that a bit. Sorry. Move myself a little bit more central. That's nice. Now here's where the magic happens, right? Here is where the magic happens. I use this effect in Premiere Pro called Ultra Key. I had the London Stadium bloody selected. Right. That's going to be interesting what happens when this gets. Right. Click that. Bosh. So there you go. It's deleted the background of the green, but it's not perfect. So what we go is output, right? We're going to output, we go to composite. See these little bits of white here? We don't want that. We want a clean, nice little outline. So the first thing I go into, right? Usually when I'm keying, it's called keying something. I'm using shadow and pedestal, and then if I need to, contrast, right? To really get that way. But because this is well lit, I should only really need to use the pedestal. Brilliant. Now you can see there's a little bit of lineage there. That's where I might use the contrast. Yeah, and just make it flat so it's completely clean. You can do the shadows, but as you start to do the shadows, pull the shadows down, the darker parts. If you're wearing any black, that's all going to start to get taken away and start to pixelate. I like to film it a touch darker, and I come over here to this tab, the Lumetri color tab, and I start brightening it there. So I get it to the desired effects. I play it, but it's always good to see how the effect looks like in play. Full time, full screen. Maybe just a little touch. You know, I'm not the most tanned person you'll ever meet. I don't tan at all. I've never tanned. So it's just try and show more behind the scenes stuff. Yeah, not bad. I might, because I'm dealing with sort of tungsten coloured lights, I might inject a little bit of blue in there, make it neutral. All right. So first, let me get the title right sorted for this one. Batshuayi rejects West Ham for Palace. Added that turn up. Batshuayi, what's he got? 1 goal or something. So now I've got to think of a sort of a headline thing to do with what I'm talking about. Maybe Real Madrid. It's hard. You want to think of something quick. Interested in Anderson, right? You've got to think of these little headlines. So now that's there. I want to center it a little bit more in the effects controls. That one on the left on position deals with center, so it's a little bit more central. Yeah, I think that's what we don't realize. There is a bit of time goes into these videos. It's not that simple. Basically, what happened was I think I accidentally paused the timeline while I was doing this. That's me going, which is really annoying because I need it to be. Sorry if this creaky chair. I need a new chair. I need it to be completely in one sequence. If it pauses or anything, it messes it up completely. So yeah. I sort of at the time that was the best way to do it, was to just start it again from the rise thing. Have that cut. I hate having cuts in this because I love it when it's just one smooth take. But I'd have to live with it. It'll be fine. No one's going to comment on it. Well, they might go, and now you've seen this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, that's been one in a while. Hopefully it is. Right. I'll get to the outro later. Right. Okay. Now let's get the pictures in. I've got my little pictures in the top right corner. First of all, Anderson. Right. I just went and grabbed this. It just adds a little something. It adds a little something to the video. You know, a little visual. It's nice to have things as visual as possible. If I had the time, if I really had the time, and hopefully one day I get in a position where I do get the time, I'd be able to like have a lot more images flying up on screen and have all sorts going on back in what I'm saying and make it really dynamic. As you see, there's a little bit hanging out. Go into effects. I go to crop. Imagine I go and see another channel have like this pretty much same format. I'll after revealing the magic. Yeah. Sometimes it's really hard to get an image based on the topic. You know, like if it's a player, you just have a picture of the player. Oh, that's some Dan and Jase. That's a little project I've got coming. A little special video that you can look out for. Jump scare compilation from Outlast 1. Yeah, so what I did for this, I basically got the post I made on, I put up on West Ham Fan TV social media, and it was just the Billy Bonds season ticket, which I quite like actually. So now it's obviously, I'm gonna have to put a landscape image in a best. I'll put that. We don't need the Billy Bonds face in it. It just says season ticket Billy Bonds stand. So yep, drag the clock. Right. Drag everything. Right. Head over to my other channel, Dan Damo and Jase. Do head over. Oh, you're already here. Thanks for coming over. Thanks for listening to me. Yep, drag the logo. And there we have it. As far as I know, I can't see anything else. That seems to be fine. All the pictures are there. Lovely jubbly. Save. I've learned save before you export. Sometimes you can't rely on the autosave. If it crashes while you're exporting, you haven't autosaved it. It's happened to me so many times. And it's driving me crazy. So now we export. I'll do it actually the long way. I should show step by step. That's a Control M when you click the timeline. Okay, so file, export media. And here we go. Here's the export window. I'm looking very high there. Okay, that's definitely not going to be the fun. Okay, leave it on that one. So I click that. So I change the name to C003 West Ham Week. Brilliant. Okay, so there we go. Save that. Check the settings. Yep, I like to keep it 7 target bitrate. Keep the file size down, and it doesn't really affect the quality too much. You can afford to drop it. And then export. That's how I edit the most complicated video on the channel. If you're interested in seeing how I did any of the other videos on the social, the big match preview, anything like that, fan cams are on the phone. I'm looking, might do a behind the scenes on a match day, what I do, the editing of the fan cams and all the filming process. And if you want to see just more stuff like that from West Ham Fan TV sort of stuff, then yeah, go and let me know in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do subscribe, give us your support. This is going to take about 7 minutes to export if it doesn't bloody mess up again. Yes, so we'll see you next time on Dan, Damo and Jase.